Welcome back again to another episode of Living in China series. It's your favorite host, King Kwesi, back again with another video all the way from China. If you're interested in life in China, if you are thinking of coming to China and you want to know people sharing their everyday experiences on this channel, then I'll urge you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let's grow the channel together. Is China better off than other countries in terms of education, transportation, money that people make every month, and safety? I asked some foreigners about some of these things which are very important in decision making when you want to move abroad. And this is what they had to say. Let's go listen to them. But if you're here for the first time, like I said before, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you so much for being part of this community. It's King Kwesi, your favorite. See you in the next one. Peace out.
Money for sure, because the cost of living in America was expensive when I left, and all I've been hearing is how it's getting more expensive, how rent's going up, how food is costing more, gas is costing more, but nobody wants to pay anybody more.
I've had attempts that failed at home when I was trying to actually pursue my studies. Financially, I could not go to school. I had to find a job first, then finance myself. Whereas here, I just wanted to come study and they offered me a scholarship.
Western countries and stuff to compare, but I feel like transport-wise, it's very efficient. Like, you want to go anywhere, you just need to stand there, get on an app, and
I don't really have much view, but in terms of transport safety, China is just much more developed. It's much more safer, and I earn more money than I would in my home country for the job that I do.
Welcome you to China.
All right, thank you. All right. Is China better than your home country in terms of education, transport, safety, and money?
Money for sure, because the cost of living in America was expensive when I left, and all I've been hearing is how it's getting more expensive, how rent's going up, how food is costing more, gas is costing more, but nobody wants to pay anybody more. In terms of transportation, for sure, I think China has some of the best subways, because you hear horror stories about subways in America, but in terms of like transportation, for sure, because they also have high-speed trains, which the entire world should have by now. Education, I'm a little iffy on education. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say no on education, because there's still a lot of things that they don't teach them, that they don't know. Like attempting to teach kids about Africa. Like if you show them a map, on their map, Africa is the whole continent of Africa is just labeled Africa. And then once they find out that Africa is actually broken up into so many countries, they're like, what? And then even in terms of history, there's still just a lot that they censor them from knowing, even about their own history. So in that regard, I won't say that it's better. For as much as my country is definitely censoring history right now.
Safety.
Oh, it's so much safer than... I do things here in China that I would not do back home. Here in China, you can be... Not that I'm condoning this, you can be drunk at 4 o'clock in the morning and walk home. You don't have to worry about a gunshot. You don't have to worry about anybody running up on you, robbing you, kidnapping, none of that. It's so much safer here. And back home, it's like you're always looking over your shoulder, always having to pay attention and make sure nobody's doing this, nobody's doing that, just for your own safety. But here it isn't the case.
Okay, so let's stand up and do it. Is China better than your home country in terms of education, money, safety, and transportation?
I don't really have a broad view of Chinese education. I'll assume because most East Asian countries, they study hard. I don't really have much view, but in terms of transport safety, China is just much more developed. It's much more safer, and I earn more money than I would in my home country for the job that I do. and transportation is just amazing. You know, you can get to anywhere in just like a few minutes or a couple of hours. Whereas in South Africa, we have a lot of crime, and our transportation is not the best. If there's anything I loved about Korea that I also love about China, is just how easy it is to go from one place to another, and how amazing it is to feel like nobody's gonna rob you. So yeah.
So, is China better than the countries you've lived in terms of education, money, safety, and transportation?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like, but on education, I'm not very sure, because I only came here to study my master's, and I'm studying in Chinese, so the stuff is a bit different from the bachelor's that I did back at home, and the education system is a little bit different from ours. But I think overall, transport-wise, it's the best country ever. I don't know, I've never visited other Western countries and stuff to compare, but I feel like transport-wise, it's very efficient. Like, you want to go anywhere, you just need to stand there, get on an app, and, you know, request to wherever you're going. I mean, even if you have a location, the application will tell you either to get a taxi, or to get a subway, or to get a speed train, or to fly over there, and like, everything will just be bundled up in that one thing, you know. Whereas back at home, you have to think about how you're going to navigate yourself around, you know. And then when it comes to
Safety.
Whoa. I think this is the safest country ever. I mean, I think it's the safest country ever. A country where you can walk at any time in the night. You can even leave your house open for a week, travel, go anywhere, and you'll come back and find everything intact. I mean, some people have said a few cases where they misplaced or lost something or suspected someone stole anything, but still there's CCTV everywhere, and if you're keen to recover your stuff, you'll definitely recover it.
Okay, so living here for the period of 10 years, is China better than your home country in terms of safety, money, transportation, and education?
Absolutely. When I came here the first time, I came to study, to do my master's, and I've had attempts that failed at home when I was trying to actually pursue my studies. Financially, I could not go to school. I had to find a job first, then finance myself. Whereas here, I just wanted to come study, and they offered me a scholarship just like that. And it's absolutely safe, especially for women here, because as we know, back home, it's not the safest place for us. Transportation, I mean, I don't have to drive anyway. So yeah, in South Africa, you need a car. If you don't have a car, you can't really go to the places you really want to go to. So yeah, very much so.